Every time I win a bike race is a pretty impressive day, you know, because you're the best guy that day, you know.
Jonathan Erdely hails from Brick, New Jersey. He's one of only 12 members of the under-23 U.S. national team. He comes to Ofoto Lombardi Sports with over 10 years of racing experience, and he's only 21.
And last year I had a few good races. I won this big race in South Carolina called Tour de More. I won that, and there's like Marty Nalstein, an Olympic champion, was there. Ken Bostic, who's been around the sport forever, was there. Scotty Weiss, who also won the national championship last year, was there. So I beat a lot of good guys that day, so I felt pretty good that day, ecstatic. When I was 18, I had a really good season. I was winning a lot of big races, pro amateur races. When I signed for Jelly Belly, he had me come out here and do the Redlands Classic, which is coming up. So I put in a month of hard training up till then. So I went to the race, burnt me out, I was dead. And then I flew home, saw the girlfriend for 4 days, and I left that Friday and I flew over Belgium to do the national team campaign, which I never should have did. And I've done like all the under 23 races like Flanders and all the classics that you could watch on OLN on TV. And I did those, and by the time that was done, I was through. I was so mentally drained because I wasn't finishing races, and it was just bad. It was real bad, and I was about to hang up the bike and just call it a day, but I worked through it, and people were like, you have all this talent, you know, don't waste it and just stick it out. 5 years from now, honestly, I'd want to be making at least 100 grand in this sport. If not, you know, I actually gave myself till next year. If I don't do anything big this year, that's it for me.
Jonathan's ability to sprint and climb make him dangerous in almost any race. The San Francisco Grand Prix, final stop on the NRC race calendar. This is only the third year of existence for this Grand Prix, but already it's drawing some of the biggest names in American cycling. Postal, Saturn, 7-Up. And going head-to-head with this elite group?
Just being here gets you excited, you know? And all the people, Lance Armstrong.
You don't really have to do anything to get stoked. You just show up, and there's all these barriers and people and the crowd and the hills, and man, riding over here I saw the crowd in front of the postal truck. That was pretty impressive.
You have to be realistic in your goals in an event of this magnitude. I mean, you're talking about riders out here that their year's salaries is significantly larger than our team budget.
You tangled with Lance before?
Yeah, New York we raced. He was there, and it's a whole different story. It's not the tour, you know. So he's kind of out here for his team for the most part. But I guess I heard yesterday he wants to win this. It'd be better to see Eric Saunders here win it.
Exactly.
The San Francisco Grand Prix, 125 miles with 2 grueling hill climbs. The Fillmore Street Hill alone, a 3-block ordeal with an 18% grade. 130 cyclists started out in the San Francisco Grand Prix, but as the day wore on, their numbers dwindled. Pete Lopinto, who managed to break out early, had his day finish abruptly.
I got caught in a crash and my shifter broke on my bike. We didn't have any spare bikes on the car, so I had to wait for the neutral service.
It took them forever to change it because there's no pedals on the bikes.
Oh, yeah.
So they pull it off the roof. They're like, what kind of pedals do you have?
Oh, I'm sitting there waiting.
It was a bummer, but you know, that's part of it. It happens a lot, you know.
Just 51 cyclists finished the race. Charles Dion from 7-Up proved he could tackle the hills of San Francisco and still sprint to the finish line. The Ofoto Lombardi sports team's best placement came from Tim Larkin, who finished 26th.